Beautiful people, hi and hello. Welcome to another reading vlog. This one is going to be a little bit different. This is a reading vlog focused and dedicated solely to one book, and that is Alex Wise versus The End of the World by Terry J. Benton-Walker. I am on a tour for this over on Instagram and other social media platforms. So huge shout out and thank you to Hear Our Voices tours, as well as Random House Kids for sending me a finished copy of Alex Wise versus The End of the World. I was super excited for this one for several reasons. One, I really enjoyed Blood Debts, which is a YA fantasy novel by the same author, which follows like this family who is a family of magic wielders. It's in, I believe, New Orleans, I think. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, really enjoyed the character work. And I'm also a huge fan of middle grade sci-fi and fantasy. And this is apocalyptic. So like, of course, I would be interested in this one. So I'm going to read you the synopsis. It says, Alex Wise feels like his world is ending. His best friend is leaving Los Angeles for the summer. His former friend and maybe sort of crush hasn't spoken to him since he ditched Alex on the first day of 6th grade. And now Alex's mom is sending him and his annoying younger sister, Mags, on a cruise with their dad, who abandoned them. Then there's a creepy shadow monster that may or may not be stalking him. But none of that could prepare Alex for the actual end of the world. Too bad that's exactly what's coming. After the definitely real Shadow Man kidnaps Mags, and she is possessed by the ancient spirit of death, one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Okay, I had not read the synopsis when I signed up for the tour because it had all my buzzwords: middle grade sci-fi fantasy and black author, black protagonist, author I've read from before. So I did not know about that part. Now it's Alex, equipped with mysterious new powers, and his friends versus the otherworldly threats of death, pestilence, famine, and war. Just your average summer vacation. Alex is more used to being left behind than to leading the way, but now he's the only one who can save his sister and the world. That is, if he can unlock his new powers and see himself as the hero he is. That's how you write a synopsis. That is how you write a synopsis. Okay, I was excited before, but now I'm even more excited. So I will be chronicling my reading of this book. It is told in parts. I think, what is that, part 1, part 2, part 3, it's told in 4 parts. So I'll definitely get updates after I read each part, and sometimes maybe in between the parts. I have already read the author's note, which is in the beginning, and I found the author's note to be just incredible and wholesome. And basically it's Terry J. Benton-Walker talking about his experience living with a single mom whose father abandoned him, growing up black and queer in a country that just essentially did not make room for him, and how, while on the surface this is a, sci-fi apocalyptic book, it's also a book about Alex learning to love himself and learning to accept himself and rally with the people who are still in his life, which I just love that the author's note, that powerful of an author's note, was in the beginning. Yeah, I'm very excited for this one. So I will check back in when I have another update. Hey. So I have finally started and gotten like 100 pages into Alex Wise versus The End of the World. What I will say is that this is a interesting synopsis, and I say that because it really does give you an overview, or like not even an overview, but I was very surprised by the direction that this book took. because synopsis basically did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to give you a very like vague overview without spoiling anything, and I find that so many fantasy and sci-fi synopsis spoil things, so that was very refreshing. I absolutely love Alex Wise. He is so precious, but also very real and authentic. He's the best older brother ever. Oh, also, so there's this shadow monster, or shadow man, which I believe is mentioned in the synopsis. Yes, shadow monster. And that first encounter was so creepy. What I will say about Terry J. Benton-Walker is that they definitely know how to write tense and awkward family interactions. Because Alex and Mags, who is Alex's sister, little sister, their dad essentially abandoned them a few years ago. Their parents got a divorce, and their dad just like left and moved kind of far away. Not far away, but just far enough away where he is not in their lives very much. He calls on birthdays, and he remarried. He has a stepson who, you know, loves and adores, and basically this stepson is everything Alex is not. And so, bruh, there is a point in the story where Mags, and Alex are dropped off by their mom to their dad for the cruise. And so it's Alex, Mags, their dad, their stepmother, and their stepbrother, Nick. And the dad says, "Son, put the suitcases on the trolley." And both Nick and Alex say okay at the same time and just freeze. And when I tell you my jaw dropped, it was the most awkward moment ever. And the dad is like, "Oh, I'll do it, I'll do it." And it's like, sir, you're a trash dad to your blood children, these children that you actually made and helped raise for the first 6 or 7 years. It kind of sucked. And this is only awkward because you made it awkward and you haven't been around. Alex has definitely had to learn to step up because his father stepped out. Essentially, you know, he just walked away. But I'm really loving the four horsemen of the apocalypse aspect. I find that so original because I can't even think of any book that I know of that deals with that, and the way that it's being woven in with a fantasy world and a fantasy element is so unique and so intriguing, and I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. Has emotional points, it has lots of humor. World, I mean, it takes place in our world, in a contemporary urban, I guess this would be considered urban fantasy because it takes place in the real world with fantastical elements. But you know, there's other dimensions. Like, it's just, I'm really enjoying it. And I said that I would check in every time I got to a different part. So I've just finished part 1 and I'm about to read part 2. I'm on reading sprints on my channel, so this is my focus for that. I'm going to get some more water because I'm thirsty, and also maybe a Celsius because I want some juice, but we don't have any juice. Closest thing we have is Celsius. So this is the end of the world. My coffee is currently upstairs. I'm not done yet, but I believe I have 100 pages left, so I'll just put the cover right there. There is so much going on, but in the best way possible. And I don't mean that there are like 3,000 plot lines. What I mean is there's character work, there's character development, there is world building, which is so, there we go. There's world building that I wasn't expecting, because it takes place in what writers call like the first world, which is our contemporary universe, our like urban contemporary universe. But there's an element of magical places or different realms. There's a tiny bit of an element of like this multiverse. That's what I'll say without giving spoilers. I love Alex as a character. I love his relationship with his best friend, Lauren. And it's so interesting because Alex gives so much grace to other characters when they are, you know, feeling their feelings and when they're messing up and when they're trying, but he doesn't give the same grace to himself. And I'm hoping, and I have a feeling that this will happen, but I'm hoping that by the end of this book, he realizes to give himself grace and to not be so hard on himself, and realize that he is going to make mistakes in the same way that the people in his life make mistakes, and he's able to forgive them, or he's able to give them space to navigate those mistakes. I hope that he's able to do that for himself. He is ride or die for his sister, and I love that. His whole mission is making sure that his sister is safe. And that's all I'll say on the topic of Alex and his sister Mags, because I don't want to spoil anything. I guess I can talk a little bit about the representation in the book, because I don't think I mentioned it in... Yeah, I don't think so. So when we meet Alex, he is... 6th grade is over, and his best friend is going away for the summer, and he has bought these tickets for him and this other boy, Sky, that he met the previous summer. Now, Alex came out to Sky as gay, and Sky did the same thing with Alex. And he was hoping that this would be a new friend that he could connect with. He has a little bit of a crush on him. But on the first day of 6th grade, you find out, like retrospectively, on the first day of 6th grade, this homophobic bully who's been terrorizing Alex since the 4th grade and calling him gay as an insult and just basically terrorizing his life, comes up to them as they're talking, and I'm not going to say it word for word because I don't have the book in front of me, but he's basically like, "Oh, Sky, are you gay? Because you must be gay if you're hanging out with Alex." And from that day on, Sky just cuts him off. That's it. But Alex, having this crush, but also being super mad at Sky, which is valid, buys these tickets for this band or this performer that they're both interested in, and he's trying to get up the courage to ask him. It doesn't happen because, you know, the apocalypse. But what I'm hoping is that Alex realizes that he is so much, or he deserves so much more than someone who is not going to stand up for him and is not going to... how do I put this, is not going to abandon him at the first sight of trouble, right? And it's equally, and I get where Sky is coming from at the same time, because being in middle school is hard, and when you're new, because Sky was new to the school, he had to choose, like, do I take the easy route and hang out with this homophobic bully who is really disgusting to this guy that I've really come to respect as a friend, or do I stick with this friend who obviously is bullied because of his sexuality, and I share that same sexuality, so I will also be bullied? And again, they're 6th graders, right? Starting 6th grade. And it's disheartening. It was so disheartening. But at the same time, while you can understand where someone is coming from when they abandon you, you also have full right to set boundaries. And I think that Alex is coming to realize that, with the help of his best friend Lauren for like she's like, you can do so much better, like so much better, and just forget about him. And of course, you know, there's a little bit of a crush developing with another character that, again, I can't say because it's not in the synopsis, so I don't want to spoil it. But I am 100 pages out. My next update will be once I finish the book. Finished. 4.75 stars. This book is incredible. The character work is impeccable. The world building is so unique and so inventive. The humor is there. The relationships between characters is there. The plot You never know what's coming next. You truly never know what's coming next. I went into this thinking one thing, and every time I thought I had a handle on, like, where we were headed, baby, he switched it up. I want the sequel now. I want the sequel now. This is part of a series because this story is in no way done, but also there is a number 1 on the Naked book. This was good, y'all. Go out and there's also a 1 on the dust jacket. Go out and buy this. Just do it. It comes out, I'm gonna tell you right now when it comes out. Is it already out? So by the time you're seeing this, or the time this is published, it won't be out already. It comes out on September 26th. So just go ahead, do yourself a favor, pre-order it. If you're like, oh, I don't like middle grade fantasy, read the book. Read it. Read the book. And then go buy a copy for a young person in your life. Just do it. Go ahead and do it. This braid is coming undone. This was so good. This was so good, y'all. Like, I don't even know. I'm in shock. I think I'm in shock. I loved this. I truly did. If you like sci-fi, not even sci-fi, scrap that. If you like apocalyptic stories, if you like stories about, and then the twist, sorry, I'm all over the place. There's a twist in here that I did not see coming until right before it happened. And I was like, there ain't no way. And even when I thought I understood what the twist was, I was still wrong, but also right, but mostly wrong. This was brilliant. This was truly brilliant work. I mean, like, brilliant work. Let's talk about the characters for a moment, or the relationships. Alex's father, trash. Trash. This is a trash dude. And what I love is that Alex does not let his father off the hook for being trash, but he gains the strength and the ability to call his father out and be like, this hurt my feelings, you said this, da 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 da, right? I also love, and we don't get much of the mom. We get her in the beginning, and she, drops Alex and Mags off at like where the cruise ship is going off, and then we get like some phone calls, and then we see her at the end. But when we do see the mother, we get so much character. Like, I could fully envision this woman, and what I really appreciated about her is that she was not afraid to say to her son, I was wrong and I messed up, and even though I had my reasons for messing up, that still does not negate the fact that I did hurt you, and I apologize for that. I was like, wow, like, she's great. And then you have her stupid ex-husband who's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. What? Like, okay. What I'm looking forward to in book 2, and what I hope we get, and what I think we will get, is an exploration or a deepening of Alex's relationship with his stepbrother, Nick. Because in the beginning, I was like, oh, is this going to be the thing where the step siblings are jealous and, that whatever. But Nick, I mean, we don't see a lot of him, but Nick seems to be more emotionally mature than his stepfather, which is Alex's father. There's so much. There's so much. But yeah, I'm going to end that here because I have to edit this video so it can go up tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment, share, hit that little notification bell so you're notified every time I release a new video. I will be doing more of these very soon. By the time this video comes out, 2 days later, I have another reading vlog coming out on, I'm doing a reread of The Nightmareverse by L.L. McKinney, and I'm reading the latest book, A Crown So Cursed. I also have another upcoming reading vlog about love in a winter wonderland. And then we got some other projects in the works. I'm very excited for what's coming and all the different projects I have. But thank you once again for watching. All my socials are down below. If you want to tip me, check out my Kofi. Also, you can join my Patreon. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Showing. I ain't living for the moment. I see what's mine and I want it. Hungry like a Pac-Man. I'm Bruce Wayne and Batman. I'm Naruto with a Hanzo. Got a sharp mind like I'm Einstein. Plus I'm copywriting, so it's all mine. Check it for me, I'm in the sky.